Radhe Mohan is a jobless rowdy, surrounded by a rough circle. He lives with his brother Ajay, his sister-in-law Gayatri, and their child. He is a violent man, but often performs good deeds, such as beating up sexual harassers. Udharan: Radhe falls in love with Nirjara Bhardwaj, a student at his former college and the daughter of a poor temple priest. Radhe helps her a few times, and she seems to like him. One day, Radhe proposes to her and jokingly remarks that he would beat her father up if he doesn't agree to their marriage. Nirjara is too shocked to say much and utters yes when Radhe asks her if she was listening to him. Radhe interprets this as her acceptance of the proposal. Later, he and his friends intimidate Nirjara's fiancé Rameshwar. The next day, Radhe brings her a gift, but she tells him that she does not love him, and calls him a goon. A heartbroken Radhe subsequently tries to talk to her, but she refuses to engage in a conversation. Udharan: Radhe's friends suggest that he give up rowdyism and violence to impress Nirjara. But one day, he roughs up a brothel owner who had beaten up one of his friends. As Radhe is about to punch the brothel owner, Nirjara arrives at the scene, and Radhe stops the violence, allowing the brothel owner to escape. Subsequently, Nirjara's elder sister Mamta, who is in need of money, is nearly tricked into prostitution when she visits the brothel to meet a man who promises her a loan. Radhe, who does not know that she is Nirjara's sister, visits the same brothel to find a man who had harassed a woman. He saves Mamta from being arrested during a police raid. She tells him that her husband Atmaram has evicted her, and is demanding money to give her the custody of their son. The next day, Radhe beats up Atmaram, forcing him to take her back and to stop harassing her. Rameshwar sees this and tells Nirjara that Radhe is a good, selfless man, who truly loves her. Unaware of this conversation, Radhe abducts Nirjara, which is extremely ironic to what Rameshwar was telling about him, so that she would listen to him express his feelings for her. Nirjara initially feels intimidated, but ultimately falls in love with him. Subsequently, the brothel owner and his goons attack Radhe to take revenge on him for trying to shut down their business. Radhe suffers from brain damage during the attack and loses his mental balance. His family admits him to a religious institution for mental patients, as Nirjara and his friends pray for him. At one point, Radhe's mental state returns to normal, but the wardens do not understand this and beat him up. Nirjara visits the institution and sees him in a pitiful condition while he is sleeping. Convinced that Radhe is not going to get well, Radhe's brother asks her to forget him and marry Rameshwar. On the day of Nirjara's wedding with Rameshwar, Radhe escapes from the institution and arrives at her home, only to find that she has committed suicide. Radhe then allows himself to be taken back to the institution despite his family and friends trying to persuade him otherwise. The epilogue shows Radhe, now old and still in the institution, tying peacock feathers in Nirjara's memory.